I am monetized on TikTok. I am a small TikTok creator with like 75,000 followers. And here's how much I'm making with the creativity program. Hi friends, if you're new here, my name is Katharine Quinn. I am a 30-something living in New York City and working on Broadway. I'm a huge theater nerd. That is my primary niche that I'm talking about. And I've never made one of these, like how much I made on whatever platform, because to be honest, I am wanting to monetize more of my content. And I have done brand sponsorships, and I'm growing my Instagram right now. I'm growing my YouTube. Hi, you're here. Thank you for being here. But TikTok is the platform that I have probably put the most effort into over the past 3 years, almost 3 years, and I want to talk about my experience. So here's my TikTok, @It's Katharine Quinn, also my Instagram handle if you want to follow me there. So a brief history of my relationship with TikTok. It was the time of the pandemic. Everybody under the sun was on TikTok. I was falling in love with like the dances that Costin Mayer did. And I was like watching all the dance trends. We were all just like learning about this new fun app. Well, I was a casual lurker on TikTok. And then Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear, if you're not in the theater space, these are two pop theater creators. Emily just played keys for Beyonce's Renaissance tour, casually, and she's like 21 years old. Abigail Barlow has like a pop career, millions of followers on TikTok on her own. The two of them got connected during the pandemic, were like, what if Bridgerton were a musical? And started writing Bridgerton the musical as like a fan-made project. And the thing that I felt was so revolutionary as like a Broadway person, as a theater creator, was they were sharing the entire process. And if you're not in theater world, this doesn't happen. We don't get any sort of behind the scenes. We don't watch composers compose in real time. They're both prodigiously talented. Like Abigail comes up with these really, really catchy hooks and like popifies things, and Emily is like a genius orchestrator. And so the combination of the two of them, also Abigail is a huge musical theater nerd, so the combination of the two of them doing this was like magic, okay? I got so excited. I had been like lurking on TikTok for, I don't know, a couple of months. The end of January 2021, they started like doing lives and sharing their first songs for What If Bridgerton Were a Musical. And I was like, oh my God, I have to amplify this. This is amazing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, I had no intention of becoming a content creator at that point, but I was like, I just need to like amplify this. And if anyone follows me, great. And hopefully this video gets traction and more people will become obsessed with the Bridgerton musical. I made this video on January 24th, 2021. Let's talk about Bridgerton the musical. Simply put, 22-year-old Abigail Barlow and 19-year-old Emily Bear are putting together something incredible. Overnight, got like 30,000 followers. And was like, oh. So like at this point, that video, not like crazy viral. I've had more viral videos since then. But my first video, the views are 176,000, 430 shares, 670 favorites, and 42.4 thousand likes. Oh, the first one was 2 days prior, which didn't have the same amount of traction. At any rate, I made a couple of videos about Bridgerton and very, very quickly gained this massive following, which in hindsight, we should have anticipated that a bunch of theater people would be lurking on TikTok, hungry for theater content, because at the time the pandemic was happening, Broadway was in a 1.5 year long shutdown, and we had these new musical theater composers who were letting us into a process in real time, like Kismet, meant to be. So I started making a ton of TikTok content. In 2021, I would have months where I was really consistent, less consistent. None of this was monetized. 2022, I briefly joined the old version of the creator program, and then that was the time where everyone was like, you're gonna get shadow banned, or you're gonna they don't want you to be making tons of money, so they're gonna hide your stuff and it's not gonna be as good for you. So I quickly got off the platform, and who knows if any of that was true. Now we're in 2023. This summer, met a friend named Sydney Benjamin, I'll link her right here, who's great and has way more followers than I have. She's like a mid-sized creator. She's got 400,000, almost 500,000 maybe followers on TikTok. And she was like, I make decent money on the creativity program beta. You should join. So I was like, okie doke. So I did. And since then, it's not a ton of money, but let's dig into it. Some change, some fair change. Last year, in case you don't follow me, which maybe you should consider doing so, but if you don't follow me, last year I worked on 2 Broadway shows, 3 regional shows. It was just like a crazy year. So I was not focused on TikTok at all. And so if I just have anything like that I gotta share with the world, or just like a stupid question, I'll post it. I've tried a little bit now that I'm in the YouTube world, reposting some of my YouTube content, but honestly, I find in general, it does not do as well as content that I create natively to the platform. Like when I use a nicer camera like this, TikTok is usually like, you should go back to using your iPhone. So at this point, I have 75.8 thousand followers, 2.3 million likes. I wasn't really niched down until this past summer is sort of when I was like, okay, theater's the thing. I am a queer person, so I do tend to post some like sapphic queer content.
What I'm about to see caused people to realize, oh no, I'm gay.
That does occasionally do well, and I occasionally will make the like rogue millennial video that also tends to do well. My recent views aren't that great. Like one that's 17,000. I made one about Elf that got a lot of people riled up, 74,000. And actually now I'm looking and I'm like, okay, some of my repurposed content does okay, because here's one that's 67,000 views. So like maybe I should actually keep on that. Memo to me. Videos where I look like trash like this, the nails or corn, 30,000 views. I look like garbage in this video. Here, I'll click on it. Garbage, steaming garbage. This is like, I don't know, 6 in the morning, no makeup, but talking about gay shit. Great, let's dig into the money. That's what we're here for. I don't do any subscriptions. And again, I have not been like posting daily, doing anything. So this is just like, I made a huge effort in 2021, moderate effort in 2022, and I've made basically no effort in 2023. But folks have followed me, especially for some of the behind the scenes Broadway stuff that I've posted. So as of the last 30 days, $284.37, which for something that I'm not really putting almost any effort into, which is really like lucky, is awesome. And I feel like there have been months where I have put more of an effort in and haven't seen as much of a reward, and that's just the way this goes, you know? My RPM is $1.17, revenue per melee. So like the value of each 1,000 views. So we can look at, in the last 3 days, the videos that did the best. If you're not a theater person, there's some union stuff going on. And I've made a lot of money from this one hot take I made. I've made almost $150, and I wasn't making that video to make a ton of money. I just felt very impassioned about the subject. And one of my Elf age gap videos made $70. This is Broadway and accessibility, $17, theater choreography, and then there's like a bunch of videos that have made like 2 cents. So then if we go to 6 months, this is only since August, because I think that's when I joined Creativity Program Beta. I've made about $1,000, almost $1,000, which is awesome. That doesn't include, I have done a couple of brand deals. Like, that's amazing. Has the Creativity Program hurt my standing? The answer is no. Has it been a positive experience for me? Yes. Do I find that iPhone videos tend to perform better than like properly beautifully filmed things? Weirdly, yes. Hot takes are the videos that have given me the most income. There was one quick story. My friend sent me flowers when they found out my ex got engaged to someone else, obviously. And this had been a long, serious relationship. I thought I was gonna marry this person. And so the way that I found out that my ex was engaged was through my friend sending me flowers and saying like, we'll call the guy Stanley. Also, I know I talked about being sapphic earlier. I'm bi. That's not what this video is about, but anyway, just for clarification. So Stanley getting engaged is shitty, but flowers aren't shitty, and we hope, you know, this brings you love, and if you want to talk about it, great, and if you don't, no sweat, we love you. And that was it, and it was just like the best way I could have received that information. So anyway, I made a story about it, showed the flowers. That video made like $80, thanks to Stanley for not being it for me. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the next 6 months for me creatively, I think I could schedule out a bunch of stuff from my YouTube videos, like repurpose content. But in terms of really committing to TikTok, I'm not gonna have the opportunity over the next 6 months. Something I would like to state on the record that I'd like to do is next summer, maybe start trying to consistently do TikTok like once a day at least for like 30 days and see if this boosts anything, because I do tend to plateau. Like I lived at 35,000 followers for a while, 45,000 for a while, 65 for a while, now we're at 75, and I sort of just like plateau for a while. So I don't know, I'm curious. I know that no one grows the way that we did back in 2021. Like a lot of this, unfortunately for me, was luck, just in terms of like when I got on the platform, the niche that I happen to be in, because now there's like a million theater content creators doing all kinds of transitions and skits and all sorts of stuff, and the people within my niche who do exactly what I do, like thought leadership on theater, we don't tend to get the same following that like actors in Broadway shows doing skits, just because, you know, that's very sexy and fun to people. So I don't know if there is a broader ceiling that I could approach, but anyway, candidly, I'm thrilled to have made $1,000 in the last 6 months, a couple hundred extra dollars each month, and not even 6, let's think about this. If I started in August, September, October, November, December, January, 5 months, probably a little less, like 4.5. So yeah, it's been a great thing for me. That is how much I have made with Creativity Program Beta. I am loving it. I always find these videos interesting. Sometimes I'll put them on loop. That's what I'm doing with YouTube because I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. Thank you for watching. And I don't know, I just like find it inspirational and fun. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If it was, please consider giving it a like, a little thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Again, I invite you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at It's Katharine Quinn. I post new videos here every single week, intermittently on TikTok and Instagram. I try to be as transparent about finances and creative content as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.